Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going over my picks for UFC Vegas 107, Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. Let's get right into it. So I would be completely wrong if I didn't say this once during the video. This card is not that good. I gotta be real, guys. I know I've been saying that a lot in my last couple of videos, but I'm just kind of, saying that for the clicks, saying that for the views. But this card is actually a fucking stinker. I mean, it wasn't that bad when we had Oban at least, but the second we lost that Oban fight, man, that was like the kill shot on this card. Not trying to diss on anybody in the co-main and main event, but the fact that Mateusz Gamrot is carrying the hype for this card ought to tell you how bad this card really is. It really doesn't help we just had a week of no UFC either, with just the same news floating around. Will it, won't it, for Tom John, Ilya Charles discussion. People were really looking forward to this card, so to get back into the UFC with stuff like this, it's just not good. But anyways, if it's not obvious, I'm only going to talk about the co-main and main event, and let's go ahead and get started. For the co-main event, we got Mateusz Gamrot taking on Klein. This is a really good fight. It should be very entertaining. Probably going to be some dicey moments for both guys in here, but if I'm being honest, I think Gamrot can take a pretty easy, I'm gonna be careful saying that word, a pretty easy unanimous decision victory. You'll notice I'm using the same reasoning for the co-main and main event for this card. I really just think Gamrot's grappling is his ace up the sleeve. There's nothing Klein can do to really match that. Yes, Klein is a very dynamic, crazy, slick striker throwing crazy shit from crazy angles, but let's put this in his favor for a second. Let's say he gets out there, starts piecing Gamrot up. He's really feeling the flow, jumping, flying knees, looping shots, all of that. All it takes is one well-timed shot from Gamrot in the midst of a flurry from Klein, and Klein isn't going to get back up, at least for the rest of the round. Perhaps I'm underselling Klein a little bit, but there's nothing I've seen in his footage and his highlights that shows me he can get a guy like Gamrot off of him, let alone stop a solid takedown from a guy like Gamrot. Whereas on the opposite end, we've seen Gamrot deal with very talented strikers. Dan Hooker. I think Gamrot will have a lot of trouble in the first couple of rounds while he's finding the moment for that shot. And like I said, Klein will probably tee off on him at the start. And he might put Gamrot in a dicey position, maybe get him a little bit wobbled. But like I said, we've seen Gamrot there before. I don't think we've really seen Klein take on a guy as well-rounded as Gamrot. So aside from like a flash KO from Klein or some crazy spinning, fucking flying knee, uppercut shit, I don't see how Mr. Highlight wins this. I think Gamrot's going to grind him out to unanimous decision. And who knows, honestly, once Gamrot gets one solid takedown in and starts mixing in fakes, he might go out there and knock Klein the fuck out. So don't be surprised if you get a Gamrot TKO in there. Pretty much, I just think Gamrot's wrestling is going to be too much for Klein to overcome. You got to be very well-rounded to beat a guy like Gamrot, and we just haven't seen that from Klein yet. Could it turn out that he is that good and that well-rounded? Sure, but we just haven't seen it, and I can't base my prediction off of things we haven't seen. So I'm going to have to go with Mateusz Gamrot via unanimous decision. I don't think he's going to finish Klein, honestly, but I think he'll for sure get a victory here. We are on to the main event of UFC Vegas 107. We got Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. So these ladies have been trading vicious words online. They've crossed the fucking line. In all honesty, though, these ladies have had a rivalry for quite some time, so this fight has been in the works for a long time, so to speak. So I'm pretty excited to see resolution in that sense, but similar to the Gamrot fight, one of these fighters just has an intangible that the other can't really account for, and of course I'm talking about Blanchfield's grappling and wrestling dominance. Pretty much I see these both. I see the co-main and main event going the exact same way. Barber and Klein will come out piecing up Gamrot and Blanchfield. It may look rough for Blanchfield and Gamrot for a second, but when the going gets tough, if they really want to, one proper takedown, properly timed takedown, Barber and Klein aren't getting back up. It's just that simple for me. I feel like this is more so with Erin Blanchfield. She has ridiculous stats for ground time dominance. And yes, that isn't against super duper high level competition, but we've seen her dominate everybody on the fucking ground pretty much. I don't think Macy Barber will be any different. We haven't seen anything from Macy Barber on the ground that makes us think she could beat Blanchfield. Not to mention Blanchfield's relentless pressure. I just don't know how Barber is going to get through this aside from a nasty flash KO similar to Klein. No, this isn't exactly the high level analysis you guys come here for, but it's kind of hard to talk about this card, man. To sum it all up, I just think the wrestling and grappling intangibles for the co-main and main event, Gamrot and Blanchfield, will be too much for the slick strikers to overcome. Classic tale as old as time. Grappler versus striker. The grappler is going to win. I don't think Blanchfield is going to get any kind of finish here. If anything, she's going to win via unanimous decision. So that's what I'm going to have to go with. I got Blanchfield via unanimous decision, via WrestleFuck once the going gets tough. I don't think she's going to really try to strike with Barber. I mean, she will, naturally. But the second she takes one big shot, she's going to drag Barber to the ground, and Barber won't get back up. That is going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We are a very, very small channel, so every friend recommendation, every like, every comment goes a really long fucking way here, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I know this wasn't that good of a video, but it's not that good of a card, so cut me some slack. I'm still kind of getting back into the UFC vibe. I really tuned out for a second there when we had no fights on last Saturday, but that's okay. One more week, guys. After this card, the summer of UFC starts, and I'm going to be pumping out video after video after video. I have a lot planned for all of 2025. I'm working on making my TikTok to do some tops, cards, openings. I don't know. I'm going to do a bunch of random shit. But point blank, follow me over on Twitter. I respond a lot quicker to comments and stuff over there. And make sure to like, subscribe. I upload videos for every UFC event, a reaction, and my prediction. So, yeah, tune in. Remember the name, Sock2099. We're taking over the MMA space this year. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you.